I'm trying to get myself situated. Hello. Hello. Damn.
It's on my Facebook page. It made it to the Nene and Night Facebook. Good deal.
Why coming ain't on mine?
I have no idea. Turn this down so I can share this video real quick. People in podcast land that may or may not hear this. Um, I'm on live at the same time, so bear with me.
Oh, it
Um,
is. It showed up.
Let me share this.
This is my
Mhm.
survival story.
Share to a group. I guess I'll share it in my group.
On where? Man, this one with this logo.
What logo?
The one that's in my face, distracting me.
Oh, it's just. uh
Can you move it somewhere? Put it over on the other side.
I don't know how to do all that. You doing the most. Now it's just where it goes. Scoot over. It's people on here watching us right now.
I don't give
Yeah.
a hot hoot, nanny. I got Nene at night in the middle of my dang old forehead.
Scoot your head. Scoot over a little bit. Scoot over.
God,
Angle
dog
yourself.
it.
There you go. There you go. Hey y'all. So welcome to another
Hi.
episode of Nene at Night. I'm Nene, and I have my guest host here, Summer Rain.
Hey,
Summer B.
y'all.
Okay, so listen. I gotta get to my Facebook page. So listen. Today, okay, of course, again, disclaimer, I didn't know what the hell I wanted to talk about. Didn't even know for sure if I was going to podcast, but I was like, you know what? Holiday weekends coming up, holiday periods coming up. Why not do a podcast? You know, I don't got to go work tomorrow. Y'all got to go work tomorrow. Let's talk. So I made a couple of Facebook status. Well, first I hit Summer and I was like, hey, let's talk about this. And so then I made a Facebook status and I asked 3 questions today. Can a relationship last without sex?
Was that the first question?
No, that wasn't the first question. The first question was, is sex a gift? Is sex considered a gift for holidays, birthdays, etc.? And then I said, can a relationship last without sex? And how often do you need sex? How often do you need to have sex when you're in a relationship? Okay. So these questions actually stem from me seeing a post. I seen a post that said, can a relationship last without sex? And I was like, let's ask the people. So of course, you know, me being who I am, of course I have my own opinions, you know, because yeah. So first off, before we get to can a relationship, um, oh shit,
Is that what we're
that's
starting out with?
I'm trying to think which one I want to start with. That's what I was
I,
gonna do. Okay, let's start with okay. First of all, let's start with can a relationship last without sex? Let's start there. Um, Simply because I feel like, and I'm just gonna give you an opinion. A lot of relationships are lasting only because of the sex. Let's be clear. A lot of people are only in long lasting relationships because they are there for the sex. The sex has blinded them to a lot of stuff. Now, that's not to say that anybody else's relationship sex doesn't matter. I'm not saying sex doesn't matter. Sex definitely matters. But some relationships need to go without sex. And then they'll realize they don't have shit else in common besides the sex. That's messed up. But you know.
facts.
So, the question, and y'all can answer the question so I can read your all's comments. And so, can a relationship last without sex? Summer, can a relationship last without sex?
Realistically, yes. Ideally, no.
Elaborate for the people.
So life tends to happen. You get in a relationship and you get in the honeymoon phase, and that's where all the sex happens, is in the honeymoon phase. You're getting to know each other, you're very sexually active at this time. As the relationship progresses into months, into years, you start to notice that sex is less and less and less, whether it's stress, whether it's due to schedule conflicts, life happens and you just don't get to have sex like you used to. So it's just like um that determines if the relationship is worth keeping. If the periods that you go without sex, your relationship is still is lasting, it's long lasting, it's striving because you have something in common other than just sex, other than great sex. Because I mean, you can have sex and sex will be awful, and that'll kill your relationship too. But um, if y'all go droughts, if y'all having droughts like weeks, sometimes months, like I know in my relationship, I had it was like a couple months that I couldn't have sex because I have PCOS. So my hormones be jacked up. Mother Nature act like she don't know when to leave. So
Um, Pause. Tell them what PCOS is. Well, this makes a good point. So I want you
I
to tell me what
know.
PCOS is. So it makes
So
a good point.
PCOS is polycystic ovary syndrome. So what it is basically is it's a hormone issue that I have to where my periods are irregular. I have I'm insulin resistant. Um, you can get facial hair. I only got like one little facial hair that I be having to pluck. There are some women, most women out there, they have like you see, they have the beards and they have facial hair, like a lot of it on their jawline. They usually have PCOS. It doesn't just come. It comes with overweight women, but at the same time, there are smaller women that have it. They just don't know that they have it because most doctors feel that women who are obese or overweight have it. So usually, women that are smaller, they tend to have really bad acne. Sometimes they have the facial hair, alopecia, things of that nature. So um, the irregular periods, whether it comes, you know, and don't leave, or it leaves and it don't ever come, like it's so unpredictable. Like I never know when it's gonna come. Sometimes it's consistent, and then sometimes I can go like 3 months and have a whole period for 3 whole months, bleeding all day long, every day for 3 months, and there's no sex
Sure.
happening. There's no sex
Sure.
happening at this time. Yeah, no sex. So my relationships have survived.
And okay, so with that point of stuff like that, so let me tell y'all something. So do I feel a relationship can survive without sex? Um, mm, I think that when okay, I have to choose my words wisely. I think that when certain things do come into play and you really love your mate, such as erectile dysfunction, things like disabilities that stop your mate from having sex, different things such as that, and even PCOS. PCOS doesn't completely stop you from having sex, but things like that, I think relationships can survive if they are built on the right foundation. They can survive without having sex. Now, a regular relationship with two active people who can have sex, do I think a relationship can survive without sex all the time? Sure, but without sex completely, eh, 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 eh.
At
You know,
all? No.
when girls be walking around with those attitudes because they need a dick adjustment, fellas need some pussy thrown at them. So no, I don't fully
Ma'am.
believe that a relationship can fully survive without sex. Now, I think that there are one-offs and there are different situations. I am a firm believer that sex matters. Sex in the relationship does matter.
It does.
A healthy sex life with your partner is important. Um, because yeah, I mean, we have needs. We're humans. Sex is human nature. Sex is a part of our nature. We need sex. Unless, of course, you're a nun, a virgin.
Or a prude.
Yeah, you don't have a high sex drive.
A
There's other
conservative. It's the ones who's not having sex. Them conservatives is who's not having sex.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who aren't. So there's one offs in the situation. But do I feel like no? I don't feel like a relationship can fully survive without having sex. But like I said, there are different situations when sex is not there. I mean, some people have low libidos and they don't need sex. Um,
I do.
so they're fine. If they're fine, then I mean, hey, more power to the
You
you. You feel
say
me?
that lie. I'm not
Some
even.
people are like that. I mean, some people are made like that. We have to understand everybody's sex drive is different. So,
That was a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. That was a struggle in my relationship. Um, that when I'm stressed, my poison is sex. So like when I'm stressed or I'm frustrated and I need, to get that out of my system, sex is what is my go-to thing. Some people, they smoke, they drink, drugs, whatever, but sex is my thing.
Sex
However,
is
my
just
partner
sex.
at the time, when she was stressed, it was like no sex was happening, no, don't touch a boob, a nipple, and it was just like, oh, okay. So while you dealing with that, okay, I'm gonna go get some meats. I still, cuddle and stuff, but just know I'm gonna go get some meats because you ain't trying to give me no action. And I understand it. I get it. I wasn't trying to be insensitive, but at the same time, it's just like, I have a need that needs to be tended to, and yeah.
Okay, so with that, I'm gonna stray off just for a second. A lot of times, this is when those sex conversations come in handy. You know, those sex conversations that I'm, y'all, my bad. I should have put a ponytail. Those sex conversations that I'm a firm believer that everyone should have. Things like that should be talked about in the beginning of relationships. Simply because even if you think it's even if you talk about it, just know that you know if you could be able to handle something like that. In her case, she was fine. She can go get the meats, is what she calls it, the meat. She can go get the meats. But you should definitely talk to your partner and see, even before you all are sexually active, have a conversation. When I'm stressed, I don't like to be touched. Or when I'm stressed, touch me, rub me, love me, hug me, fuck me. Those conversations should be had. Just simple things. It doesn't have to be said as the way that I said it, but
Right.
it should be a conversation that you should know. You should know that if someone is feeling a certain way, if they're, what they're going through, whether they like sex or don't have sex, you should be able to. Is that your phone?
No, I'm
Oh,
turning my light down because it's too bright.
my bad. I heard something ringing. Y'all thought I was crazy. But you should be able to talk to your partner about these things. Talk to the person you're interested in to figure out, engage where you all sex level will be at. This a lot of times causes the sex issues in relationships because we talk to people, we get to know them, we ask them what their favorite color is. So shit, we know they like the color blue. We know their favorite food is pasta. We
I don't
know that
ask this anymore.
I'm just saying, I'm just using examples. We know that their favorite team is the Lakers. Uh Hell, we know their favorite TV show, their favorite rapper, their favorite song. We know their mama's favorite shit, but we don't even know if this person wants to hang you from the ceiling in a contraption or something. We don't know if they want to blindfold you, handcuff you, use candle wax on you. We don't know none of that shit, but
That's
we know
definitely
everything
a
else.
conversation that's had. That's a conversation. Is a conversation that is. If you are talking to me, we are going to eventually talk about sex. Whether I bring it up, most of the time I have to be the one to bring it up because when other people bring it up, especially men, when men bring it up, it's annoying. I just feel like they bring it up at the most unopportune times, and it's just like, how do we go from talking about ravioli to you sticking your meats in my back door?
But see, I think that that's a different type of conversation. When I say sex conversations, I don't mean what she's talking about. Ravioli to sticking your meats in me. It's not what I'm talking about. When I say have a conversation, I literally mean to sit down with someone and just have a conversation about it. It doesn't have to be about you all having the sex, but you all should be able to have a conversation about sex in general. We talk about everything. Yes, we can talk about all this other stuff. Sex should be able to be a general topic without it being forced or trying to be forced upon us to do that with each other, to have that intercourse. You should be able to have this conversation naturally, like you talk about everything else. And that's where we go wrong. And a lot of times it is brought up in a sense of, well, hey, you want to fuck? Rather than, hey, what are you into? What do you like? You
That,
got
but
what's your
see,
hard nose?
that what are you into? It's like when you get to talking about what you're into, and yeah, I expect the excitement, from both parties once we get to talking about what we're into. However, like why does the conversation have to lead to now since we both know what we're into? Now it's all of a sudden. So when can I see you? I just met you
And that, and that,
yesterday.
and that, that's where the buck should stop at. Let's just have the conversation like we do everything else. But it takes two mature adults to be able to have this conversation. Everyone is not capable of having this kind of conversation. So
Thanks.
that's where the problem comes in. But that's where also I come in. If you need help with having these conversations, I can definitely
Just don't
assist you
talk to me.
in
Oh,
starting these
oh,
conversations. I mean, because, well, for me, we all know that sex is going to come up whether I want it to or not. Because the minute that someone says, hey, what do you do? Well, I could hold back that I'm a sexpert, but I am proud of being a sexpert. I'm proud of going through my courses and becoming certified. I'm so happy about it. So it's going to be mentioned. Now, where you take the conversation next is a different story. Good thing I don't have to go through that. Went through that. We got here. I don't have to go through those conversations anymore. So
Right.
I don't have to worry about that part. I'm glad. But even just having a general conversation, sex is going to come up. I can literally be in a restaurant, meet a random stranger, and we can talk about sex, not us having sex. I can meet a female. We can talk about sex and things like that simply because we're having a conversation, because I know how to gear a conversation and have that conversation with someone. So when it comes to sex in this relationship thing, you should have these conversations beforehand.
Right.
Um, these are all things you find out if you're interested in a person. These are all ways to figure it out. A sex conversation is not a bad thing. Stop running from sex. Stop running from the
Oh,
intimacy conversations. Not you, them.
I'm like,
People in general know. Stop running from the intimacy conversations. Stop running from those. Have those, and this will help you in your relationship once you enter a relationship with someone. Because, like I always say, now you tied up, blindfolded, gagged, and you didn't know what the hell you didn't got yourself into because you didn't want to have this conversation. You didn't know that your partner was heavy into this community. Like you didn't know that you vanilla and your partner is definitely not. And
it's kink, straight kink.
now you screwed, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? So please have the conversation. And I mean, you never know, you might like it, but at least have the conversations because just like anything else, there's certain things like when it comes to sex that you can't live without. Let your partner know your fetishes or your if you have a foot fetish, it might be nice to know. Someone may not like their feet. If they don't like their feet, you got a foot fetish, you got a problem. Because if someone's like, oh no, don't look at my feet, don't touch my
Don't
feet,
touch
and
my feet.
you have a foot fetish, then you have a problem because this foot fetish person particularly wants to see your feet, and you're not showing your feet, and now that's not going to work out. So these conversations should be had, just at an FYI. So, in layman's term for that question, can a relationship last without sex? No.
Yes.
No, I mean, okay, no, okay, no, it cannot. Yes, it can.
Yes and no.
It depends on you. It depends on the situation that you're in. So this question can go either way.
I mean,
It
but we
depends.
had this conversation with my mom earlier.
Yeah,
My
I
mom
mean,
is a prime
yeah.
example.
Listen, so it can go either way. It depends on you and your partner as to whether or not sex is something that doesn't have to be had, something that has to be had, or how Yeah. So it's up to interpretation. There's no right or wrong answer. But just to read some of the answers before we move on to the next question, let me read y'all some of these answers that I got.
Ain't nobody saying none of mine. I thought they would, but
Oh yeah. Now I'm reading the answers from the actual post.
oh, okay, I got you.
So some people, so somebody said yeah, if you just want to be friends. Somebody else, no, no, ma'am. I'm gonna say no. Absolutely fucking not.
Oh,
If y'all virgins, what kind of relationship? um, and then someone said if you love each other enough to wait, the sex will come. But what else do you and that person have in common besides sex? Let's be honest. We all can get sex from anyone at any time, but what else do you both offer and bring to the table? How else do you two connect besides the sexual chemistry? Which we talked about that, so that is definitely true. You do need to
right.
know how she connects. Um, and then one of my favorite, if you care about me, why wouldn't you let me smash?
That got to be a dude.
No, that's definitely Brie Renee.
I cannot.
Then
I
somebody said if it started without a yes, whatever got the relationship going will be needed to keep it going. Somebody else said I'm gonna need to smash. Somebody else said ain't no relationship without sex. And somebody else said, nah, I'ma just cheat the fuck. Somebody says yes if it's platonic friendship and not romantic. I mean, I guess if they wanted to. So these are some of the answers. But the consensus was no, hell no, no, absolutely not. What the fuck,
that's
basically.
crazy. I'm gonna need y'all to
So
grow up.
and also, we'll talk in depth on. You mentioned something about lives and different things. That's going to come with one of our other questions that we have. So the other question was blah 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 blah
Is
blah.
it the gift giving question?
Yes, is sex a
I
gift
was waiting for
for
that
holidays,
question.
birthdays, etc.?
I'm setting up for
So
this one.
I'm gonna let Summer give her opinion first. I will give mine next. Um, yeah, it's all yours.
Is sex a gift? No, it's a given. That's automatic. So it don't matter what holiday it is. You giving sex is you're gonna give sex because it's the holidays. So no, it's not a gift. You need to come with an actual gift, like a physical gift on top of sex. Sex is just something that's to be expected because it's the holidays. You're celebrating, you're in a celebratory mood, and you're gonna probably be drinking, possibly using some sort of substance, maybe, maybe not. People tend to want to bump and grind during the holidays. So sex is not a gift. Whether it's Valentine's Day, Halloween, Christmas, New Year's Eve, Thanksgiving, it don't matter what the holiday is, steak and blowjob day. Sex is a given. So it's not a gift at all, period.
Okay, so y'all ready for my answer? Y'all ready for my answer?
Can
So
y'all hear that?
hear what? I can hear something in your background, but I don't know what it is.
Guys, the people inside. So ghetto.
So is sex a gift? I'm gonna say, and just let me finish before y'all come at me. Yes and no. Now, is sex a gift? Yes. No. You know. So no, it's not a gift if you're gonna give me your regular missionary ass sex. Okay. If we have this type of sex all the time, this is not a gift. What the hell? Don't bring me that shit. If you want sex to be a gift, and some people are appreciative of sex being a gift, everybody's not the same. Some people are. I can't even see the camera. I'm all the camera's backwards and shit. I'm trying to, but So if you want sex to be a gift, it has to come with a little oomph, oomph, oomph to it. When I mean a little
A
oomph, oomph.
little.
So no, listen. I mean,
I need to add some
I'm
extra.
just using the word little. So when I say is sex a gift, okay. So in other times, are you giving this person a threesome for the first time? That's a gift. Are you wrapping yourself up in something pretty and adding a little razzle dazzle, little ma'am, bam, thank you, ma'am, to it? And when I say that, I mean something that your mate may have wanted that you don't regularly do. Say you don't do
A
you
bikini.
don't do a say you don't do a strip tease usually.
A
So you
whipped
add the
cream.
strip tease, you put it on there, you bring some whipped cream, some chocolate, all that, something, you bring it to the room, you set the room up and you set the mood, and then you all have sex. That's a little different because it adds a little intimacy to it with a little sex and a lot of floor play. So that's a little different if you don't do that on regular, because we all know that as adults, sometimes this extra sex is not allowed all the time. I mean, sometimes you got to be like, look, babe, I'm horny.
Only on your birthday.
So, so if you're gonna make sex a gift, you have to add something to it. Like it has to be something that your partner doesn't usually get. And I don't mean just doggy. Just we do a missionary add doggy style. I mean, your partner might love it. If your partner loves it, have at it. But I mean, like literally add something to that sex. Don't just give them no regular pillow princess ass sex. Shit, if you gotta add anal to it, you don't do anal, you ready to do anal, that's a gift. Anal's a gift.
Amen. Auntie had told us how to get the rent paid, so add that to to your collection of moves when you add in the spice. For the record, I hate doggy style. I used to love it, but I hate it now. So, shout out to those that made me hate doggy style because I don't like it no more. Used to be my
Oh,
favorite position. Now I hate it.
one of my faves.
It
And
was. They
okay,
wore it
but
out.
yes, so in that case, so yes, sex can be a gift, but it has to be wham bam, thank you, ma'am, razzle dazzle, add some glitter, add some rhinestones, make it something,
Spirit
make it a
figures.
night to remember. Um, so you have to really, really do something with that sex. It has to be, it has to be. If you're gonna ride for like 30 minutes, that's a gift, if you ask me, because fuck. I mean, riding for 30 minutes is definitely a fucking gift.
No, it's not. That's a
Yes,
given.
riding for 30 minutes is not a given. These females are not riding for 30 minutes. Don't
They
do
are
that.
not, but I
No,
like to
so it's
ride.
a gift.
So
Riding for 30 minutes, adding a 360 to it is definitely a gift. Um, you got your mega knees for 30 minutes, and yeah, you probably gonna be icing it down for a couple hours afterwards, maybe a few weeks
that's
after you're gonna be icing your knees down. We too old for that.
that's okay though. That's so cute. That's
So,
why I hate doggy because the hip done locked up. Like I
see,
need some
riding the
WD-40s.
dick for 30 minutes is a gift. Um, if okay, say you ain't never gave your man head, you ain't never sucked his dick.
Or you
God
do it
forbid.
once a
Yeah,
year on his birthday.
sucking dick is a gift at this point. It should not be, but it's a gift at this point. I mean, it's up to you. Eating the pussy. If you only eat a pussy on holidays, that's a gift at this point. Because
That's
the hell,
crazy.
not that I'm agreeing with you only eating pussy on
Right.
holidays, sucking dick on holidays. I'm just saying if that's what you do, then it's considered a gift because now you got your mate looking forward to the holidays so they can get their dick sucked. That's
Right.
something else. Oh, child. But I mean, not that I'm condoning this, but it's up to you. Don't listen to me. But yeah, sex can be a gift. Like I said, razzle dazzle, little genie on it. If you gonna
Hey,
sex,
even taking them out of town to like Sybaris or some sort of like romantic getaway.
and sex comes in that. That's we all know that when you go to Sybaris, you're gonna have sex. It's a gift. See, it's wrapped, but the sex is wrapped up real pretty in a nice bow. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta
In a
make it
nice
real pretty in a
room.
bow. Like, yeah, you gotta make the sex real pretty and make it extra something, you know? So
Right.
so for this question, everybody, my answers were no, no, nah, hell no. Is a happy meal a reward for a kid?
I cannot. It is.
Yes, if it's a new person.
I remember that one.
Somebody said no, but for long term cup, but for no, but for couples in long term relationships, it usually becomes routine, pretty basic, even rushed, quickies while the kids at football practice. So it can be a gift when you put time, thought, money, and effort into making birthday sex amazing. See, razzle dazzle. No, but it's a bonus in the form of a hall pass. Yes, you know what? I'm sick of y'all shit. You better bring an extra chicken for it to be a gift. I'm just saying. Nope, hell no, bonus. It's a gift if you bring your nasty ass home girl. So in layman's term, for me, sex is not gonna be a gift. 'Cause I ain't bringing no bitch in the room. Matter of fact, I bring a bitch. I bring 3 wigs. Which one you want? What's up?
Right.
Let's do this. You ready, baby? Who you want tonight? You want Nene or you want insert government name? Um, oh yeah. That's how we gonna do it. Insert government name. One day, y'all know my government
I'm
name.
mad I'm over here sitting in the corner away from this dang on logo like this. Like it's
So
holding me hostage.
okay, so the last question that I asked was how often do you need to have sex when you're in a relationship? Okay, so for this question,
Is this an ideal thing or is this a
okay, it was a per person thing. I wasn't asking how often you think people. I was literally asking you. That's why I used the word you. You as a
personally?
person. So, but people answer the question as I was asking in general, which is okay. So, my vague answer, and I'll go in detail after summer, but my vague answer is it depends on you and your mate and your relationship. I can't tell you how often you all need to have sex. So I'll go in details. But go ahead, Summer.
Um, honestly, it depends on my partner. Cause y'all know, like back in the day, like maybe a year or two ago, like I was just into schmediums.
Oh
I was
God.
into schmedium meats. Like I was just like schmedium. So I could have, you know what I'm saying? I could have sex every day, every other day, because I was into the schmedium meats. But then I graduated and got with the long schlongs. And ain't no way I'm finna do that every day. Like you are not about to plow my petunia every day with that slab of summer sausage. But then at the same time, it's just like if I go so long without it, um, then it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna hurt. And that's where I'm at right now. Like I ain't had none in a while. And it's just like I know once I do allow somebody to enter my petunia, it's gonna hurt. So for me, it just depends on my partner and what he working with, honestly. Like if he got schmedium, we can do it more often. If he ain't got schmedium and he's working with a monster, I just feel like no, not every day. No, maybe twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week, three
So
max.
saying you need recuperation time.
I do.
Which,
I do.
that is one of the things that definitely plays a role in how often you should have sex. Some women can't bounce back like other women. Some women bounce back and just hop on the anacondas like they didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like they got it. You know, they got that bounce back. Some women, shit, you be walking crooked for a week, shit, and you don't
Girl,
get right because you done it 3 times this week, and you trying to get right, and you just so if y'all see her walking funny all the time, it's because shit, he can't, he in her guts, he ain't letting her get right, he ain't giving her no time, he ain't no recuperation time. You feel me?
that's not the business. That's not cool. Like, and then too, like I feel like y'all know when y'all working with a monster. Like y'all know when you got the summer sausage in your pants. You cannot go in there straight, like going straight for the kill. Like not everybody is working with a fat cat. Some of us out here got toddler coochies. And like I just feel like if you know she's got a small one and you got a super big one, maybe you should go in there slow, easy, get things warmed up, allow her to get aroused because at the end of the day, like if she's not aroused, like if I'm not aroused completely, yeah, I may be wet, but that doesn't mean I'm aroused because my vagina is going to lengthen as I become more aroused so that I can be able to allow you to enter more of you in me. But if I'm not aroused and I'm in pain, I notice, okay, so for example, I watched Sex, Love, and Goop, and one of the couples was talking about how she's always bracing herself for sex. And I realized I do a lot of that. And that's why I don't be messing with the long ones because I'm always having to brace myself because I know this is going to hurt. This is going to cause some sort of pain.
Well, hold up, pause. Let's stop right there. I'm gonna stop you for a second. I'm gonna stop you. So she said a couple of good things though. Let me. So as far as you having a big meat and not ramming, not just going in. You have to know who your partner is. Some of them chicks want you to ram it no matter how big they pussy is. Some of them want you to. You gotta ask them. You gotta know who you fucking. You can't fuck everybody the same way. That's the problem. For one, you just want to go
That's
in for the
the
kill and fuck
biggest
all the
problem.
chicks the same way. You cannot fuck all the chicks the same way. Now, what the fuck? What did I stop you on? What did you say? What was the last thing you said?
I was
Shit.
talking about bracing myself during
Okay,
sex.
so problem with that. Um, the bracing makes you tense up. The tensing up makes it worse. And the fact that you have to do that says a lot about the partner that you're dealing with. Your partner has to know you and they have to relax you before they go in for the kill. Your partner should not have you bracing yourself. But that is something that you and your partner have to talk about and discuss because you should not be bracing yourself for every partner. They should know this. It should be a conversation y'all had where you didn't told them this. Summer then had a conversation. She didn't told them, you know, I had to brace myself. So your partner should be ready for that because you're bracing yourself for one. The same thing when you're doing anal play. When you're bracing yourself, you're not relaxing your body, and your body's going to tense up. So you're going to make it worse on yourself. So you don't brace yourself. You have to be relaxed. It's up to you to relax and your partner to help you relax. You have to be, but that says a lot about the connection. Has to be there. Stop bracing yourself. You
They
can't be
don't, some of them don't listen. Like I had
right.
one,
They don't deserve your coochie. One,
right?
you just look
One,
at
and
that.
that's why I've not been doing it. One, I had to literally tell him, like, bro, you got big meats. And you can't just put the whole thing in there upon insertion. Like you rough and you want to insert the whole thing when we first get started. Can you like ease it in? He was like, nah, hell no, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? You finna get the whole thing. And then I can slow stroke. And I'm just like, this is exactly that's why I don't give you none. Cause you
But
don't
that
listen.
says a
You do what
lot
you want
about the
to do.
partners too, because okay, so somebody who's not listening doing that means that they're a selfish lover, and a
Yeah.
selfish lover doesn't deserve to be loved by anybody else. Because if you're selfish, you're only in for you. You're not gonna get the right pleasure that you need out of it anyway. So it's a lost cause. It's time to dismiss and keep it moving, because they're selfish. They're only worried about them and not worried about you.
I honestly feel like sex lately has been selfish when it comes to men, which is why I just was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break because I feel like one, they not listening, or two, they listen and they hear what I'm saying, but they're not taking into consideration what I've said. Also, I'm not getting any pleasure. Like, I'm not having an orgasm, and I know how to orgasm. Trust me, I know how to orgasm. Whether you're in control or I'm at the bottom, like, it don't matter. Like, I know how to get mine. However, I've noticed in the last couple of months I've not been able to at all. Like, I know I'm going through some stuff, but at the same time it's just like, for one, the foreplay don't last that long. It starts with the mental first. Like, mentally stimulate me first. Get the juices going and get my body ready by talking to me and having a conversation. Talk sexy to me, talk nice to me, compliment me.
Everybody is not capable of that. Everybody is not capable of doing full foreplay. And if that is what you're going through, it could be a mental block with you too, because it sounds like you have to get your mental in the game as well. It sounds like you should be taking a break. And I'm a firm believer in telling Summer to take a break.
All the dang on time.
So it might be time for you to take a break, Summer. Just saying, get your mental right. It might be time for you to chill out for a second. If you're not getting
For a
orgasms.
second, I've been chilling out. It's been almost 3 months. It's been two
Okay, I
months.
understand. Then keep chilling until you mentally ready for that. Sex is definitely a mental game. It's more mental than it is physical. And if your mental's not there, the physical ain't gonna be shit. It ain't gonna be hitting on nothing. So, okay. On top of that, so with the question of, I gave y'all a vague answer about how often should you have sex in a relationship. Again, a lot of stuff comes into play when we say this because, for one, we are full fucking grown adults. Well, we are. Most of us are when we start having, yeah. Now I'm talking to the adults. No kids should be on here anyway. So, let's say we're full fucking grown adults. We have lives. We have jobs. We have kids. We have more than one job. We have a lot going on.
Businesses.
Now, businesses and everything, as much as I am a sex expert, I have a lot going on. So I'm not able to have sex as much as I want to. But me and my partner, me and him have to understand that we both are moving and grooving and grooving and moving. And he's out of town, I'm in town. We're just doing a lot. So we have to make time to have sex. Yes, we are in this stage of making time to have sex. Um, we make the time. We are in that stage. Um, it'll get better over time. As things progress, we'll figure out our schedules and just do it in the morning time and the evening. We'll get all that. But a lot of people are making time. But I'm a firm believer in you should make time to have sex with your partner. Whether it's a quickie, whether it's a spontaneous sex, you should definitely make sure that is included in your schedule to have sex with your partner. Now, if other things, medical conditions, like we mentioned earlier, birth control pills for women definitely throw off sex drive. So, birth control could be a problem. If you try not to have kids, you might be trying not to have sex either, because birth control has different effects on different women. How many kids you have plays a role. If you got a lot of kids, y'all better learn how to put them to sleep and go in the bathroom, lock the door, and get it in. Lock your room door and get it in. If you have younger kids, the bathroom is going to be your friend. When the kids go to school, if you got to come home on a lunch break, if you can make it happen, you got to pull up on your spouse in the parking garage at work. You gotta listen. You gotta make this shit happen. But it's up to you all to make that happen. It's up to you all to figure out how much you all need to have sex. And if you need to have sex more than average, you will definitely make it happen. But like I said, everybody's libido is different. Libido is your sex drive. So everybody's sex drive is different. Um, every couple is different. Some couples can go every 2 weeks. Some couples can go every 3 months. They're satisfied. They're satisfied. I can't help them with that. That's on them. So it's up to you. And like somebody else said, somebody made a good point. I wouldn't put a time limit on it. I wouldn't say we have to have sex every single night. Expectations just don't work out. Don't put expectations on shit.
Just let it
Expectations
happen. Stop
expectations are
setting
nothing.
appointments.
Yeah, don't expect anything, and don't just accept. What is it? What's the how the saying go? Shit. uh, don't accept anything and expect nothing. Is that what it is? Something like that. Something like that. But yeah, don't put a limit on it. Just do it when you need it. You and your partner can figure that out. Don't say we have to have sex 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. For one, that's routine. Routine sex eventually gets played out. But
Boring.
even if you do have routine sex, if you do, poor babies, if you have routine sex, make sure you throw some spontaneity in there every once in a while. Throw some
Penciling it.
throw some
Penciling
curve
it
out.
in.
That's when routine sex. Birthday sex is a gift because you should take hotel sex matters.
It
If you got
does.
to, if you and your mate got to literally to add a spice to the relationship, the sex is getting blah. If you and your mate have to, what's the word I was looking for? Have to role play, like you can be
Sneaky
playing
link.
the cheating partner. You and your ex could sneaky link and cheat, like, hey, he's gone. Hey, I'm about to pull up. You feel me? They got to play roles to make the sex more exciting. Do what y'all gotta do. Get that sex there. You know what I'm saying? But have sex as much as y'all need to. Don't put it like I said, don't put a limit on it. It's up to y'all how much y'all should have sex. I can't tell y'all how much to have sex.
Sex should be limitless.
It should
Very
be
much
fun.
so.
Sex is not a job
It's not
unless it's a
supposed to
job.
be.
Unless it's a job, that's the difference. Sex is not a job
That's if you're a
unless
sex
it's a job.
worker. I mean, it can be, but I feel like if we're in a point in a relationship where sex feels like a job, then we need to have a conversation. And
Most
and
definitely.
I'm very vocal when it comes to sex. I'm very vocal with my partners, any of them that I'm with. Not saying I'm with multiple partners right now, but I'm just saying
She ain't
I'm
saying she
very
a hoe. She
vocal.
said she used to be a hoe.
I mean,
What?
I mean, what's upon the time not long? No, I'm just
I
playing.
was a hoe. And I'm admitting it. I won't take it back because I did the shit. My bad.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm vocal when it comes to sex because I take sex seriously. So if you're not doing the job, I'm gonna tell you 10 out of 10 don't recommend. I'm gonna tell you to your face. Um, if you need work in an area, if you are not getting it up for me, we're gonna have to have this conversation. Like, there's a couple of partners that I've had where they wasn't getting it up, and I had to be like, "Hey, do you really like BBWs? Because that's what I'm is, and this fat ain't going nowhere. Like, it's gonna always be here." And they're like, "Yeah, I really do." And I'm like, "Well, what's with the gummy worm and the noodle meat?" So,
What's
um,
with the gummy worm and
like,
the noodle
I
meat?
feel like
What the flying fuck?
the worst thing you can do is stuff me. Don't stuff me with a gummy worm. It's frustrating. It hurts. It's very uncomfortable because at this point, like, I'm feeling a whole bunch of knuckles down there, and I'm already like, when it comes to the lips and all that stuff, I ain't got a lot of that down there. So when you start to bring knuckles and that and stuff, and you trying to like stuff, something in my taco and the ground beef ain't even hitting, it ain't a log. No, it's not gonna work for me. And I'm just gonna look at you like, what are you doing?
Mm,
And I might even just be like, just don't even worry about it.
mm,
We don't have to do it. It's okay.
mm, mm.
It's like they try to rush it, and it's just like there's no rush. It shouldn't be a rush. Like, yes, I'm gonna be ready to do it. Yes, I want to do it, and yes, you want to do it too. But we have time. Like, we're not on a time limit, so
Unless
uh,
it's
I mean, if we press for time, that's something else. But still, don't stuff me with no noodle noggin. Like, I don't want that. Don't, like, if I can't gasp upon insertion, I don't want it.
I just don't think that anybody should be stuffing, forcing soft meats in nobody. That's just what.
That's
Don't
frustrating.
gummy worms don't have sex.
I
You,
literally have somebody in my phone
it's not
listed
like a
as gummy
caterpillar.
worm.
Is that what you be at? Like a caterpillar?
I literally have somebody listed in my phone as gummy worm. I call him gummy
Oh,
worm, and I don't even think he knows that's his name. And I got the little inchworm right next to him. Not that it's small. It's just it's a it's a gummy worm.
but maybe it's a mental thing too. It could be a
I,
mental
and
block that
I,
he's having.
I think I was thinking that might be the issue. First, I thought it was me, and I asked him, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how attracted to me are you? He said an 8. I think an 8 is good for a 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? 8 out of 10 is
But
good.
but attraction and sexual attraction are two different things a lot of times. And sometimes when it comes to sex, you can be attracted to somebody, but the mental, you're not sexually attracted to them in the way that you need to be because you have a mental block too, or you're too excited. The anticipation is killing you, literally. Um, there's a lot of things that can go into play with something like that.
Just
Uh,
like, if you're not ready, just say that. Don't rush it, and don't
please,
stuff
please
me
don't.
with the gummy worm.
I don't know about gummy worms. this
I
one.
don't like it. Like, don't do that. There's no rush. Take your time. If we have to role play, if we have to, do more intimacy, do more oral, whatever to get you where you need to be, cool.
Hold
But
on, listen.
don't,
Can we talk about
I'm
this
not
for a
accepting no
second?
more gummy worms.
Can we talk about this for a second?
Talk about
My
what?
my lips look nice. Where's my boyfriend at? I need him to look at my lips. I need everybody get
Didn't
into
you
it.
just see him?
I did.
His ugly self.
I don't know if he got to see these lips like he needed to, babe. No, I'm just playing, y'all. Okay,
I can't.
but okay, so the gummy worm is just, we're gonna leave it at that. If you mess with Summer, you might be gummy worm. I don't know. You mess with her in the past, you might be gummy worm. You might want to check. You might be compensated. I don't know.
I
You
wonder
might
how
want
many people gonna see
disability
this
check.
live, and then how many inboxes I'm gonna get.
You
Like, am I the gummy worm? And I'm gonna be
you
like,
may be gummy worm. And if you are gummy worm, you are entitled to a disability check. You need
don't
to
do that.
apply.
Like, I
You
really,
need
I
to
really think it
apply.
was a mental blockage. I really
No,
like.
you need
I
to
know one of them was a mental
you
blockage.
need
I'm
to
pretty sure both
apply.
of them was.
You need to apply at the disability office because you're gummy worm. Get a check. Uh, so, I'm sorry.
I
I'm
can't
sorry,
stand
y'all.
you
I'm sorry, y'all. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm actually really just I don't have no sense, okay? I don't have no sense.
at all.
And just a disclaimer, if you're listening on the podcast, I know you can see my lips, so you need to actually go to my Facebook page and look at my lips so you can see them. Okay, if you're on the podcast, because I'm doing double work here,
I
live
can't.
podcast. Ooh, get them.
I
What?
cannot.
Um. Okay, so real quick before we veer off into other subjects, though. So with that question about how often should you have sex, in a relationship, let me give y'all some of the answers. About 8 times a week.
Damn, it's only 7 days in a week.
Well, 7 days. Well, here's the thing though. That means you have it twice a day for 4 days, and the other 3 days you don't do nothing, or you have it twice a day, some days 1 day. So you can make eight
That's
times
not
a
like
week.
Roger to tell you, bro. Like,
Eight
ain't no
times a
way.
week is not really a lot if you think about
That
it.
is a lie. I don't have time, and
Okay.
especially where I live at.
Okay. Well, okay. So the next one is at least 3 times a week. 3 times a week is not bad at all.
Okay, that's
Um,
not bad.
someone said often enough to where I don't have to ask, but not too much to where she has to deny me. He said, I hope that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
That makes perfect
Uh,
sense. I can work with that.
your answer makes perfect sense. I get it. And then shout out to Brad Harrison for his answer. How often does the wind blow?
Oh my
Like, really? Um, somebody said less than 3 times a week and they don't like each other that less than 3 times a week and they don't like each other that much. So I guess he's saying if it's less than 3 times a week they don't like each other that much. That is not true. Someone else said never. I don't know where we're going with that answer. Um, then someone else said it's not really a number as long as our needs are met. 100% agree. Shout out to you.
yes.
Um, somebody said every day if possible, but life happens. So with that being said, every day still.
I just That's too much. Every day is too much. Even if I live with somebody, which
I'm
that probably ain't
sorry.
gonna ever happen no time soon.
I'm sorry.
Even if I live with somebody, I don't want to have sex every day. No.
And then okay, so somebody else said every time we not working. 3 times a week, weekend. Other than that, I'm good actually. Twice a day. Never put a number on it, which I like that answer. Never put a number on it because you just what as often as Babe lets me rape him. Well, technically it's not rape; it's
She
just
sounds
giving.
aggressive.
Yeah, don't beat him up. Um, I didn't know we were supposed to count. What the fuck? I mean, I like that answer. I mean, and y'all, when I ask these questions, I'm just asking them for purpose of conversation, not purpose of yeah. At least every day, one night a week. Take a break if we are tired. Every day. Never put a number on it. Every day. Every day. You can tell who's been in a long relationship and who's fresh. Needs equal
You
every day.
can.
Life equals less than that. I like that one. Needs equal every day. Life equals less than that. And then somebody said, and I quote, shout out to Tiandra, I'm not fucking every day.
Right. Facts.
And I quote, I'm not fucking every day.
Facts.
And I personally want my cheeks clapped every day, but realistically, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, however it vibes. Cecil Kirby says whenever she wants it. Very damn often. How often? This one got me. How often is God good?
I can't all the time. I cannot.
And all the
Y'all
time,
gotta stop playing with God.
God knew I was gonna have sex. Um, and then somebody said, I quote, "Me and my BF don't live together, and we have sex multiple times a day. Whenever one of us feels the urge, laugh my ass out. We work together, and we will go to his place on lunch break because he lives close and get it in. Get it how you live. I like that.
I
Before
guess.
work, on my 15-minute break at work, on my lunch break after I get off work, and before I go to sleep. Now you asking for too fucking much.
Right.
It's your 15-minute break. What if your
How
15
old are
minute
y'all? Like
break?
21?
Your 15-minute break ain't the same as my 15-minute break. And where you work?
Right.
About okay. Somebody said about as much as I blink without noticing. um, my needs will be different than the next, but every day, me please. Somebody said twice a week. Whenever those senses kick in, every day. I like these answers. I'm vibing with them though. You know, I like that y'all have y'all own mind. But this is why I ask questions like this because majority of people would assume that everyone would have the same answer, but everyone doesn't. Everyone's answer is different. That's why I like to ask these kind of questions because it's definitely good to see other people might be one offs and think different. That's the whole point of the whole Nene night is to see that everybody's not the same. No two people are the same at all.
Not at all.
So that's why I ask these questions just to gauge y'all and see where y'all heads are at, see where y'all at with the conversation. So before, because me and Summer like we can go off and talk about anything. So just to wrap up what I was actually the show was about before we have any closing arguments. Um Quarter law. Um Relationships can survive without sex. They can and they cannot survive without sex. It's a interpretive question. You can interpret the question the way it fits as it pertains to you. The same goes for how often should you have sex with your partner. That's an interpretive question, but don't put pressure on yourself. Don't put a number on it because you put a number on it if you say you're supposed to have sex 5 times a week, and then you're trying to figure out how to have sex 5 times a week, and then you might not, and then you're feeling disappointed. Don't put a number on it. Have sex as you need to. Just go with the flow.
With the
Vibe it
flow.
out. See where it is. Um, and just and rock with it. And what was the next? What was the other one?
It's that's a gift.
Yeah, sex a gift. Yes and no. If you're
It's a
gonna make
given.
sex a gift, put a little razzle dazzle. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Add the genie. You got 3 wishes. What you need, what you need. Sex can be a gift. Okay. So that's the sum. That's the sum of that part. That's the sum of that part. We also learned on the show that gummy worms are not very much fun.
At all.
Don't
Like it's
listen.
one thing. It's one thing. Okay, so
Suck it while it's a gummy worm. Don't suck
yes,
it.
if I suck a gummy worm, I'm
The gummy
okay with
worm
that because
can
it's
get
gonna rise to the
hard
occasion.
and then he can go in. But if he goes that gummy worm, it's definitely a mental block there, or it's definitely something else going on. No, if he got hard and went back gummy, it's a mental block. Mental something's not right. Or he's nervous, he's scared. He don't want to be a mini man. He's thinking too hard.
I'm over it. I'm not accepting no more gummy worms at
Gummy
all.
worms are
Period.
not fun. Gummy worms are fun when you suck them and watch them grow in your mouth.
But you're not about to stuff me with no more gummy worms.
No,
Period.
please don't try.
Anybody that's hearing this, that's watching this, that can hear me, if we ever have an encounter and you feel like you overly excited and you gonna give me a gummy worm, don't even think about trying to stuff it in me because
Somebody's name is Gummy Worm. You may be a gummy worm and you're entitled to compensation. Just call 800.
somebody's in my phone listed as gummy worm with a
You're
worm
entitled,
emoji.
you're entitled to some compensation. You need to go pick up your disability check. No, I'm just playing, y'all. It could be a lot of reasons why. And also remember when we're wrapping up everything, remember that different factors in life play roles in your sex life. Stress hinders your sex life. Medical conditions, uh, stress, your partner stress. That's a different level of stress than regular stress. Your partner stress. That's a whole different type of stress. Um, Yeah, I think I touched medical conditions, home, home work life balance, time. Time is a hindrance. Kids, damn kids.
Fuck them
Uh,
kids.
Learn how to lock doors and learn how to be quiet and turn up the TV. Uh, yeah, learn how to get it in while the kids is at school. When you get them on the bus, if you got time, run back home. No, everybody's schedule is different. As soon as the kids hit the pillows and go to sleep, get it in the laundry room or something. The door can lock. I don't know. Figure it out. Bathroom doors are your friends. Lock the bathroom door and fuck in the shower. Um, yeah, definitely figure it out. Them kids are cock blocking something.
Cock blocking son of a bitch.
Love the kids to death, but they some cock blockers. Shit, cock blocking kids. The babies are really cock blockers.
You sound
Babies,
like you know this from personal experience.
baby, and babies are cock. My child didn't go to sleep until 2 or 3 in the morning. She was not working out with me on that sleep schedule.
Never.
But and I can't. You can't do nothing with her because she's up. She's doing stuff. She might flip around. You never know what a newborn's gonna do. She up crying, trying to watch TV because I'm not holding her, or I mean crying because I'm not holding her, trying up watching TV on my chest. My baby was a cock blocker. I love my little baby. It was 12 years ago, but she's definitely a cock blocker. Then
God, it seems like it was just yesterday.
nah, my baby's 12. Yeah, one and done, son.
Right.
One and over, never
Let me
again.
stop before. Look, I'm over here talking about
Okay,
right, and
let me not say never again. Let me knock on
it
some wood.
just be my luck because you know Facebook always be trying to make me be pregnant.
Cause
So
well, I'm playing Russian roulette right now because I'm definitely not on no birth control. I hate birth control. Birth control definitely is messed up my body in ways that I don't care for. Um, so
facts.
birth control out of here. It messed up my libido bad too. Other stuff, money issues can mess up your stuff too. If money issues, uh, one of the
Yeah, if
biggest
my
reasons why
money
I
ain't
say
right and you ain't contributing, I ain't gonna be too hot and bothered.
yeah, no, ain't
Yeah,
nobody
when
got
my pockets is hurting and you ain't contributing, yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
Um,
nobody got time for that. So
mm,
it's a couple. It's a few things. So just know.
you gotta pay to play. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss.
So remember where I got this information from. Make sure that y'all like. Why you got the laugh, y'all?
I'm
All right. So
sorry.
listen, she, that's why we have goofy guests. If you haven't, make sure y'all go back and check out my last episode, my last live episode with Tyomi, uh, sexpert Tyomi, sexologist Tyomi. She has the dick riding class, Tyomi, Dick Assassins. I definitely want her to come here. So if y'all interested, let me know so that I can gauge the interest and get her to come here. But
Yes, some of
make
y'all need some help. No shade though.
but make sure y'all like my page on Facebook, follow me on Facebook, like my go check out my website, the toys,
Black
sensual
Friday.
pleasures, sensual pleasures, affordable vibes. Affordable, great vibes and affordable pleasure. I said it all wrong. I had to catch
Yeah,
myself.
you did.
Yes, great vibes and affordable pleasure is a model of sensual pleasures. Um, Black Friday, 25% off sale. Use code Freaky Friday. The post is up on my Facebook. It will be up on the website in a minute because I have to upload it to the website. It doesn't start till Friday, so I have time. But it will be up on the website. It won't go in effect till Friday. The code can be used. The code will go active Friday, so it is up. I forgot I did it on my phone. I got the website on my phone. But yes, Freaky Friday. Come on, buy some toys.
Buy
Buy
some of these
them.
clothes, cause
Got them. I
clothes,
got
clothes,
plenty
clothes,
of
clothes, clothes.
roses. But yeah, follow me on YouTube. Look up
I'm
Mimi
scared of that thing.
and make sure y'all follow Submarine. Submarine on everything. SUMMERREIGN. She's on Facebook, Instagram,
My Instagram is not
Twitter.
summer rain. My Instagram is a
Uh,
dot touch dot
oh yeah.
dot rain.
changes to summer rain.
Right.
No, Instagram's a touch of rain. She's selling clothes again, y'all.
For House
She's
of Rain.
back at it. So make sure y'all check her out. She has a Black Friday stuff going on too. So
That's
check
what
out
my
her web.
relaunch is. I'm so excited. But at the same time, I want to throw up. So y'all make sure y'all check the website out, houseofrain.com. I got some pieces that I got from Nigeria, some Nigerian pieces. So yeah, I've been posting them, trying to put the buzz out there, some new stuff. And I got some more stuff he's making me. So yeah, y'all stay tuned to see what we have at House of Rain. I'm excited.
And thank you all so much for tuning into another episode of Nini and Light. We out.
Bye.